Good evening and Jai Hind. Good evening and Jai Hind. I hope all of you are doing well. So, I welcome you all to this session. And in this week, we have been having this class at 7 p.m. Like, I think just last day we were having this at 6. But again, we are continuing at 7 p.m. for the time being. So, I hope you have gone through the studies topic. Like, we have discussed two very important topics in this week. One was about AI, and another one was about sustainable development and inclusive development and the Nobel Prize for it. So I hope you have gone through it. Good evening. Good evening, Ritesh. Good evening, Shaheen, Pragya. So I hope you have gone through that question again, like the same question which I have given you last day. Yeah. Yesterday also I have given you a question. Do you think that legalization of MSP is the way forward, or do you think that legalization of MSP can solve the root problems of agriculture in India? So I hope some of you have written for this. There was this one question last day also, that do you think that legalization of MSP can solve the root challenges of agriculture in India? So have you written that answer? Done. You have written. So tell me some points. What points you have given? I am good, Anjali. I hope all of you are doing well. I hope all of you are doing well. I'm also doing quite good. You have to write answer. See, like I am giving you some questions. I am discussing the article, but that will be useful only when you are writing the answers. Try to write the answer. Do not hesitate in it. Market mismatch. What would market mismatch? It, you are talking about this legalization of MSP. Good evening. So, have any one of you tried it or not? Writing that question. Do you think that legalization of MSP can solve the root challenges of agriculture in India, or the major challenges of agriculture in India? Have anyone tried that? See, the question on MSP and the debate about legalization of MSP is going to be there. It is going to be there continuously. So you have to write on this topic. Okay, so tell me about this. I'm still waiting for your answer. Demand and supply in terms of millets, okay? Now, it's fine that it cannot solve, but you have to give points. It is not objective question that it can solve or not. You have to give points how it can solve and how it cannot solve, or what things can be done with respect to it and what cannot be done. So you have to give points for this. So I hope you all have tried to write something about it. If you have not, do try it again. Okay. If you have not written it so far, try to write it again. Okay. Agriculture is happening in the old or traditional method. So try to write it. Try to write it in the like in your copy, that why this legalization is not going to be that much useful for the Indian agriculture. To try to write about this, I will again ask you this question. Okay. Now, in today's session, we will be discussing about one of the topic which was there in the last day, that is PM Asha. So we will see this one very important scheme again related to agriculture. Then we will talk about this section 6A of Citizenship Act. So Supreme Court has upholded it. Supreme Court has upholded it. So we are going to talk about this provision also. Third thing is, we are going to talk about the gig workers on the table, gig workers in India, that what is being done for them. So that is also one of the thing. And then we will also talk about this Chief Justice appointment, like how this Chief Justice appointment is done, or how the judges of Supreme Court are appointed. We have also discussed about appointment of High Court judges in, I think, the month of September or in the month of August. Okay, so we have seen that complete flow chart. Now, today we are going to talk about why. Today we are going to talk about this Chief Justice appointment or other judges appointment. Why not taking UPPCs? I will be taking it. See, you have got now time. You have got now time. Like you have this time extension of the UPPCs exam. So just give me one more week, and then I will be resuming your classes. Okay. So you have got now extension of 2 months. Enjoy it. You have got the extension of 2 months, so enjoy it. Prepare better. So now coming to this topic, first let us see certain question. Let us see certain question. With reference to India, consider the following statement. There is only one citizenship and one domicile. A citizen by birth only can become the head of the state. Third is saying, a foreigner once granted citizenship cannot be deprived of it under any circumstances. So this is a question from 2021. Okay, you have confusion in democratic institution. Okay, so if the time allows, then we will also discuss this later on in the end of the session. So do tell me about that. Let's first discuss today's topic, and then we will again discuss about this democratic institution at the end of the session. Okay, so tell me about this one first. There is one citizenship and one domicile only. Second is saying a citizen by birth only can become the head of the state. Third is saying a foreigner once granted citizenship cannot be deprived of it under any circumstances. So what would be the correct answer here? Yeah, I have got some answer as A. One answer from Pragya is B also. What about other people? What would be the answer here? There is only one citizenship and one domicile. A citizenship by birth only can become the head of the state. A foreigner once granted citizenship cannot be deprived of it under any circumstances. So what would be the answer here? Good evening to everyone. B option. A or B. So I am getting two option. One is A, another is B. See, let's see this. I think all of you agree that this third part is entirely incorrect. If anyone is there, if any foreigner is there, those who have been granted citizenship, they can be deprived of it on many circumstances. So this third option is incorrect, that we all know. That yes, they can be deprived. Even a normally born citizen of India, they can also be deprived of the citizenship under various circumstances. So it is not just like no one can be deprived. Anyone can be deprived if they are not following the rules or if they are going against it. Okay. So this third option is there. A citizen by birth only can become the head of the state. No, it is not also true. A citizen by birth or a citizen by naturalization, they can also become part of it. Means those who have acquired the citizenship of India, they can also become the president of India. So there is no such limit that only a citizen by birth, they will become the president. So this second option is incorrect. Okay. Once a person is citizen of India, they are equal in the eye of the law. So there is no such distinction over there. Once they have become citizen, they get all the power. There is no such concept of like two type of citizenship. If a person is a citizen of India, no matter how he has become citizen, once they have become the citizen, they will be enjoying all the things. Okay. So this second part is also incorrect. Third is there is only one citizenship and one domicile. That is entirely correct. You know that India has been following the one single citizenship concept. So here, of course, the answer will be one only. That is the correct answer. Now, see here, with reference to the Indian judiciary, consider the following statement. First one is saying, any retired judge of the Supreme Court of India can be called back to sit and act as a Supreme Court judge by the Chief Justice of India with the prior permission of the President of India. Second is saying a high court in India has the power to review its own judgment as the Supreme Court judge. So, which of the statement given above is are correct? One domicile means like you can be having this domicile certificate of one state only. Like suppose if you are living in a state, let us say if you have got the domicile of UP, it means you will only have domicile of UP. You cannot be living in UP, or you cannot be having certificate of UP and Delhi at the same time, or UP or Telangana at the same time, okay, or UP or let us say Haryana at the same time. So there is one domicile and one citizenship also. Okay, so here the answer are like one option is B. A retired judge of the Supreme Court of India can be called back to sit and act as a Supreme Court judge by the Chief Justice of India with the prior permission of President of India. That is the first statement. Second says that a High Court in India has the power to review its own judgment as the Supreme Court judge. So I think maximum people are going for option B or option C. So it means you all agree that this second option is correct. Even if you are going for B or you are going for C, I think you all agree that this second option is correct. Okay. So this is also correct that a High Court in India has the power. Yes, they can review their own judgment. So this B option is correct. Now coming to the first question, any retired judge of Supreme Court, yes, they can be called to act as a Supreme Court judge, but yes, with the prior permission of the President. So this first option is also correct. This first option is also correct. It is also there in case of High Court as well. In High Court also they can be asked back to sit as High Court judges. So this A and B means first and second both are correct. Answer will be C, that is both 1 and 2. Okay, yeah, like ad hoc judges, yes, they can be called as ad hoc judges. Yes, they can be sitting like this. Okay. Now, I think this is one question which we have discussed in the previous sessions also. So India enacted the Geographical Indication of Goods Registration and Protection Act 1999 in order to comply with the obligations to ILO, IMF, UNCTD or WTO. So I think this is one question which we have discussed in the previous sessions also. Okay, one answer which I am getting is option D. I have like told you about this question earlier also. It is about GI tag. We have discussed this topic earlier also. This is about GI tag. I think all of you agree that this first option is not true, ILO. I think second option you are also very much sure that it is not IMF. Now it is two option. So let me give you 50-50. These two options are eliminated. Now the option is UNCTAD and WTO. So some people are saying option C and majority of people are saying option D. This is one topic which we have discussed also in the YouTube session itself. See, it is not WTO. Majority of you are giving the answer as D, WTO. It is not WTO. It is United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. Yes, it is United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. I have discussed this topic previously also in YouTube, where I have told you that this body has recently changed its name also. Okay, now it has become simply like United Nation Conference, United Nation Trade and Development Body. So it has changed its name also a little bit. Okay, so it is now celebrating almost like 60 years of its establishment. Okay, so this here is not WTO. This here is UNCTAD, United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. So to give effect to that, we have got this we have got this Geographical Registration of Goods and Goods Registration and Protection Act. Okay, so this option here is C, not D. Yes, this is the one thing. This is the one thing, like they have given you WTO intentionally. They have given you WTO intentionally because many of the people will be marking it wrong. Many of people will mark it as WTO only. But this is for UNCTAD. Okay, we have discussed this topic. We have discussed this topic previously also. Do revise them from time to time. Okay, now let's come to today's topic. One of the scheme which is there, Pradhan Mantri Annadata Aay Sanrakshan Abhiyan, or as we know it, it is PM Asha. So now what is the news? What is the context? Government has said that like 35,000 crore rupees. Okay, government has approved 35,000 crore rupees for this PM Asha scheme, and that is like a huge sum of money. That is like a huge sum of money for any agricultural scheme. So what is this PM Asha? What are the different components of it? Let us try to understand this. Okay, as you can see in the name itself, Pradhan Mantri Annadata Aay Sanrakshan Abhiyan. Annadata means those who are giving us the food, means the farmers. Aay means income, Sanrakshan means to protect it, and Abhiyan is your mission or campaign. So it is simply that we are trying to stabilize the income of the farmers. We are trying to stabilize the income of the farmers, and this is a comprehensive scheme for that farmers' income stabilization. Now, if you see, PM Asha has got three different components. PM Asha has got three different components. One is price support scheme. This is what you popularly call as the MSP, minimum support price. This is what we popularly call as the MSP. So under the price support scheme, what is being done? Government is procuring. The central government procures paddy and wheat from farmers. Sometimes other crops are also procured, but it is mainly paddy and wheat which is being procured under the MSP. So that is one thing called as price support scheme, where government is going for direct procurement of the grains from the farmer. This procurement is done by central government through its various agencies like Food Corporation of India is there, NAFED is there, and other organizations are there. At the same time, there is also involvement of state agencies. So central government is responsible for procurement with the help of state agencies. Cost of procurement will be of union government. So that is one thing, price support scheme, or simply our MSP. Second is price deficiency payment scheme. So this price deficiency payment scheme, it is being implemented for pulses or for edible oils. Okay, it is being implemented for pulses or edible oils mostly. So what is being done under this scheme? Government announces MSP. Government announces MSP. Okay. Farmers sell it in market. Farmer sell product in market. If there is any deficiency, like suppose that for any pulse, let us say for mustard oil, let us say that for mustard oil, government has set a MSP of 4,000 rupees per quintal or 10,000 rupees per quintal. So now what will happen? These farmers will go and sell their products in the market, in the APMCs or any other place, agriculture produce marketing companies or any mandi. Okay, so they are selling their product in any of the authorized mandis of the government or any of the APMCs of the government. When they are selling it, let us say that they are getting, government has announced 10,000 rupees MSP for a particular crop. If they are selling it there, they are getting only 8,000 rupees. So now what will happen? That gap of 2,000 will be provided directly to the farmers. Okay, so that deficiency in the price will be paid directly to the account of the farmer. Okay. So here what will be done? Price deficiency will be made by direct transfer. Direct transfer. Okay. But what you find that in this what we say that in this what we see that there is no such procurement of the thing. There is no such procurement of the thing. Rather than that, what we see, the farmers are going selling it in market. Whatever the price is remaining, that price is going to be paid back by the government. So that is the second part of this PM Asha. There is another part, private procurement and stockist scheme. So here what will be done? Procurement by private companies. Procurement by private companies. So here we do have this procurement. Here we do have this procurement, and here also what you will find that if there is any deficiency in the payment, that will be provided directly to the farmers. Yeah. So direct benefit transfer to the farmer. To farmers. Now see, under this what we see that there is actual procurement, but that procurement is done by private agencies or private companies. So government is not involved in procurement, but the agencies, the private companies will be involved in this, and if farmers are getting any such loss, that will be covered by the government. So this is something which is being started in pilot phase. Pilot phase means it is being tried in certain areas, in certain districts. If it is successful, then it will be replicated all over the country. If it is not successful, it will be replaced by some other scheme. Okay. So these three things are the components of PM Asha. Government is trying to implement these three things. Now see, the states can choose any one. States can choose any one of them. Now see, this third option is not available for everyone. This third option is not available for everyone. First and second, they are available for all the states. So a state have this option. They can either go for price support system or they can go for price deficiency payment system. So in price deficiency payment system, government will directly transfer the money. There is no procurement involved. Government will directly pay the money to the farmer's account. And in case of PSS, in case of this PSS, price support system, it is MSP, where there is procurement by the government. So right now, these two options are being provided. These two are the options which are being provided. The third option is there on the trial basis. This one is pilot phase. Okay. So it is not going to be implemented throughout India. It is going to be carried out in certain areas, in certain districts of certain states. So these three things are components of PM Asha. Pradhan Mantri Aay Sanrakshan, Pradhan Mantri Annadata Aay Sanrakshan Abhiyan. Okay. So that is what PM Asha is all about. Three components. These three components are going to be implemented. Okay. So the PDF of this session is uploaded in the Telegram. From there you can download it. So I hope this PM Asha is clear to all of you. What are the components here? I hope this one is clear. What is PM Asha? Okay. So that is our first topic, that what is PM Asha. I have tried to summarize it for you so that you can now you can have this comprehensive idea about PM Asha. That's why I have shown you on this table that these three things are there. Government can choose, the state government can choose any one of them. These three options are there. Okay. Now, coming to the next topic, and that is Supreme Court. It has upholded Section 6A of Citizenship Act as valid law. Okay. PD, what was that? PDP, price deficiency payment system. See, now this is something which we continue on daily basis at 7 p.m. Okay. See, this one part was there, price deficiency payment system. Try to understand this. What do we mean by price deficiency payment system? PDPS. Suppose that MSP for mustard, let us say it is 10,000 rupees. Okay. Farmer sold it in market. At, let us say, 8,000. So loss 2,000. Now, so government is not doing the procurement. What is being done? Is like the farmer have sold it in market at 8,000. So they have incurred a loss of 2,000. Now this 2,000 will be paid by the government. Directly in bank account of farmers. So of course it's not like they can sell it anywhere. They cannot say that I have sold it to my friend, he has paid me only 8,000 rupees. They have to sell in some of the registered, some of the authorized mandis or APMC centers or agriculture producing marketing committees. Okay. So this is what they have to do. Okay. Then second thing is like you have asked, what if state can choose all three? No, states have been given this option by the union government that you can choose one of them. It is not for the state that they can choose all of them or everything. They can choose any one of them. Either they can go for PDPS system or they can go for price support system. So these two options are there. In some of the state in pilot phase, the third part, private procurement and stockist scheme, PPSS, that will be done. Okay, that I cannot take anything in account about Telegram channel and everything. So that will be seen by the management. Okay. Now, so this is PDPS system. Now come back to the second topic, that section 6A of the Citizenship Act as valid law. See, what is this? Let us try to understand it. Supreme Court has upholded. There is a section 6A of Citizenship Act. What was the section 6A all about and what Supreme Court has said? Let us try to understand this. Okay. Let us first try to see what is said this section 6A. Okay. There is a Citizenship Act of India which has been enacted by Parliament under the provisions of Constitution. Article 11 of Indian Constitution empowers the Parliament to make laws with respect to citizenship. So there is one Article 11. This Article 11 is empowering the Parliament that they can make law related to citizenship. So we have got this Citizenship Act also, and under the provisions of this there was an amendment in 1985. Under 1985, a section 6A was added. Okay. It was due to a accord. It was due to an agreement between the government of India and also the All Assam Students Union. At that time, there was a All Assam Students Union, and the government of India, they have signed an accord. That accord is simply called as Assam Accord. Now, according to that accord, there was a cut-off date which was decided. What was decided? Let us see. It was said that immigrants who are from Bangladesh and who have entered prior to 1966, they will be deemed as citizens. Okay. Those who have come before 1966 from Bangladesh, they will be called as citizens. Those who have entered between 1966 to 1971 to like 25 March 1971, they can seek citizenship. Okay. Those who have come before 1966 from Bangladesh, they can easily get the citizenship of India. Second part is those who have entered between 1966 to 1971. Timeline is also there. From till 25th March 1971, they can apply for citizenship. Once they have entered in India, they can apply for citizenship, they can seek citizenship, and they may be provided. Then it says that those who have entered after this date will be declared illegal immigrants and they will be deported back to Bangladesh or to their original home. Okay, so that was the part of Citizenship Act. Okay, that was part of this Citizenship Act 6A of the Indian Citizenship Act. For Assam, a special provision was made. For Assam, this special provision was made due to Bangladesh issue. Okay. Now, what we see that this is one part that they are now completely citizens. They can seek the citizenship. They can seek citizenship, and those after 1971, they will be illegal immigrants. So, what was the main contention here? Why this case was there? The case was because it was being said that this is a discrimination. It is a discrimination. It was said that for all other people or for all other regions, you have decided the cutoff date to be 1948. For all other regions, you have decided the cutoff date to be 1948. But for some of them, you have decided 1966 or 1974. So you have said that like for all other people, it is 1948, July 1948. But for some other people, they have given this timeline of 1966, 1971. So that is a different timeline. And it is being said by the petitioner that it is against the Article 14, it is against the right to equality. So that is something which was said by the petitioner, but Supreme Court has said that no, it is not violation of Article 14. So they have upholded it. They have said that no, it is not violation of Article 14. So this is one part which has been said by Supreme Court. Now, what provisions we have with respect to Constitution of India? What provisions they have? We have one thing called as Article 5. We have this one Article 5. Now this Article 5, it says that who can be citizen of India? Those who are born in the territory, means those who have been born in territory, they will be automatically the citizens of India. Those who are born in this country, they will be automatically the citizens of India. Second thing is, either of whose parents was born in the territory of India. Means if there are certain person whose parents are born in India, they can also become the citizens of India. Third is, who has been ordinarily resident in the territory of India for not less than 5 years immediately preceding such commencement shall be a citizen of India. Okay. So those who have been living for the 5 years, living for not less than 5 years, they can also become a citizen of India. That was at the time of this making of the constitution. Means someone who is living 5 years prior to this citizenship, when this constitution came into force. So if anyone is living 5 years prior to that date, they can become citizens of India. So these three things were said, that if someone is living for 5 years, or those who are born in India, those whose parents are born in India, they can become the citizen. Okay. So that was Article 5. Then there is Article 6. It provides more flexibility. It says that a person who had migrated to the territory of India from the territory of Pakistan shall be deemed to be a citizen of India at the commencement of constitution if he or either of parents or any of his grandparents was born in India. Okay. So if their parents are born in India, those people who have migrated from Pakistan, those who have come from Pakistan, if their parents or grandparents, if they were born in India, they can become part of it. Second, if such a person has migrated before July 1948, see, this is the one part. This is the one part for which there was contention. It says that those who have come before July 1948, Those who have come before July 19, 1948 and has been a resident in territory of India since the date of his migration, they will become Indian citizen. So for all other people, this deadline is July 19, 1948. And for the people of Assam, sorry, those who have come in Assam from Bangladesh, they have been given a deadline of 1966 and 1971. Okay, so that's why there was a contention on this part, but now Supreme Court has said that it is valid, it is not invalid, or it is not against the constitution. Okay, there is Article 7 also. It says that those who have migrated to Pakistan from India after March 1, 1947 will not be considered as Indian citizen. So all those people who migrated from India after 1st March 1947, they will not be considered as a Indian citizen. But those who have migrated to Pakistan and returned to India under a permit for resettlement or permanent return, they may be provided the Indian citizenship. So suppose someone went to Pakistan, but then they realized, no, let's go back to India, let's come back to India, and they have been given this option by some competent authority, they can again become citizens of India. So for them also this option was there. Okay. Article 9 is also there, which says that no person shall be a citizen of India by virtue of Article 5 or deemed to be a citizen of India by virtue of Article 6 and 8 if he has voluntarily acquired the citizenship of any foreign state. So suppose if you are an Indian citizen and you have acquired the citizenship of, let us say, Malta, or let us say Maldives, or let us say Sri Lanka or Bhutan or any other country, then your citizenship will be over. India doesn't allow dual citizenship. So if you are Indian citizen, you have to remain only and only Indian citizen. Okay. There are options for applying, there are options for reapplying. But once you become a citizen of any other country, your Indian citizenship will be automatically lost. Okay. So India doesn't allow for dual citizenship at now. Okay. So that is also one part of it. Okay. So you can see, like, normally how we get by naturalization. One thing is naturalization. Means you become a naturalized citizen. It means you are revoking the citizenship of any other country. Let us say some of you are from, or anyone is from Canada or US or any other country. So if they are giving their own citizenship, they are following all the rules, they are like going through the options of applying for Indian citizenship, they can also become part of India, or they can become citizenship, they can acquire the citizenship of India. One thing is simply by descent, means those whose parents were there, those whose parents or grandparents were there, they can become part of, they can become citizens of India. Those who are born in India, they can easily become. And then people can also register for becoming the, they can also register for becoming the citizens of India. Okay. So naturalization is giving the citizenship of any other country and then becoming citizen of India. Okay. Like Milkha Singh. Okay. So means they can become citizenship of India by multiple methods: naturalization, descent, birth, and registration. This main article, the article was mainly about the Article 6A, Article 6A of the Citizenship Amendment Act or Citizenship Act, which was providing a special option for people who have migrated to Assam from Bangladesh. They have been given this option. I hope it is clear. What is the Citizenship Act? Like Milkha Singh. Okay. Okay. So let's move to the next topic then. Okay. There is one thing called like we are confused in OCI versus PIO. See, there is one thing. If you look at this, now the provisions have been changed. Person of Indian origin means like those who are, earlier there were two different things. One is person of Indian origin, one is overseas citizens of India. Now the same thing has been merged together now. They are all considered overseas citizens of India. There were two different things earlier. that there was something called overseas citizens of India. Then there was also called persons of Indian origin. So there is one thing you can understand from here. Suppose that persons of Indian origin, what does this mean? Earlier, what was the definition? Now it has been all merged. So there is one single thing, overseas citizens of India. Now there is no two different things. There is one simple thing, overseas citizens of India. Earlier were two different part. One was OCI and second was PIO. So PIO were like, suppose that those who are not born in India, but their parents were part of India, they were considered under this persons of Indian origin. Okay, they were considered under this persons of Indian origin. Like suppose that a person is there. Suppose that a person is there, Ramesh Chandra. Okay, so now this Ramesh Chandra went to, let us say, US, and he married someone there. He became a citizen of US. Let us say Ramesh Chandra went to US, he became a citizen of US. He married someone there. Let us say any such foreigner. Let us say he married, you can give me any foreign name. Let us say Jennifer. Let us say this person, Ramesh Chandra, married Jennifer. And then they have got a child together. They have got a child together. Let us say his name is John. Okay. So now normally this person John, he is not connected to India directly. He is not connected to Georgia. Okay. Let's say John only. I have written John. Okay. So let's say Ramesh went to US. He acquired the citizenship there, and then he married to Jennifer, and they have got a kid, John. So now this John is not directly related to India, but he has roots in India because his parent, one of his parent, Ramesh Chand, was once upon a time born in India. So this person will be called as person of Indian origin. Okay. Whereas suppose if we talk about Ramesh Chandra, he would have been called overseas citizen of India. Overseas citizen of India. Okay. So he will be simply called as overseas citizens of India. So from here itself we can see who are persons of Indian origin and who are overseas citizens of India. So earlier these two provisions were existing, but now even John or even this Ramesh Chand, they will all be simply called as the overseas citizens of India. Overseas citizens of India. Now do understand one thing, overseas citizens of India are not in a true sense citizens of India. They are not given Indian citizenship as such. But yes, they are given some privilege when they are coming towards India. They might get some relaxation in visa norms. They might get some relaxation in purchasing property over here or investment over there. So they are not given the voting rights. They are not given any such voting right or any such thing. They are not considered as citizens of India. Yes, they can have some benefits in terms of investment, in terms of purchasing the property, in terms of investing in some companies in India or visa relaxation, etc., etc. But they are in no manner citizens of India. Okay. There is another thing called as NRI. Okay. Non-resident Indian. So see, non-resident Indian. Now this is a quite vague term. This is a quite vague term, but normally if we talk about NRI, let us say that if I migrate to US for some time, let us say that I decided, okay, now I am going to take classes directly from US. I will still be taking your classes, but I will be taking classes from US. And let us say I am living there and I am paying taxes in US only. I am not coming back to India for, let us say, 5 years, 6 years or 7 years. I am living there, I am earning there, and let us say I am living there for 5 to 6 years and I am paying tax over there. I am not paying any tax in India. I am paying tax over there because I am earning the money there only. Okay. So in that situation, I am a citizen of India. I have not given up my citizenship, but I am living in US. So in that condition, I will be called as a NRI. Okay. Non-resident Indian. But see, non-resident Indian is not such any official term. Even they can be called as non-resident Indians. So this is a vague term. This is a popular term which we generally give. Non-resident means those who are not paying tax in India. Those who are not paying tax in India. Resident means those who pay tax somewhere. So those Indians who are not paying tax in India, they are paying tax somewhere else, they will be called as non-resident Indian. I hope that is clear. But in our sense, in our local language, we call anyone as NRI. We call anyone as NRI. But NRI in true sense will mean those persons who are Indian citizens, but they are living outside, earning outside, getting money over there, paying tax over there. They will be called as NRI. Okay. So then I will be migrating to US. I hope it is clear what is NRI, OCI and PIO. Now these two categories have been merged together, persons of Indian origin and overseas citizens. I hope it is clear. Okay. Now let's go to the next topic then. So we have got this one thing like we have get one thing like we are going to provide some social security benefit like pension and health services to gig and platform workers. Now it is under the process, means it's not that the policy has been finalized, but it is under process. So let us try to understand who actually are gig workers and what are their challenges. So can you tell me what are gig workers? What are gig workers? Can you tell me something about them? Who are gig workers? Can you give me some examples? Can you give me some characteristics of them? I'm just asking one part. Who are gig workers? Okay, one answer is street workers, one answer is unorganized worker who are not working regularly. Okay, Zomato, pizza. Okay, see. Okay, so those who are working in Zomato or Swiggy. Okay, anything else? Even Ola, Uber are there. They are also working as gig workers who are in a particular job, but it is a part time. They can join other jobs also. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Foreign workers. They can be foreign workers. They can be foreign workers also. Doing part time job, special work. Okay. See, when we talk about gig workers, one of the main thing is they don't have employer employee formal relation. See, what does this mean? Like suppose if one is applying, or suppose that there is a person who is working in a bank. There is a person who is working in a bank, let us say HDFC Bank. So they will be working there only. They will be working in that branch. They will be working only for HDFC. That is a full-time employment. But then there are certain people who can be working for different companies simultaneously. Like many of you have pointed, they can be Zomato and Swiggy delivery boys, or they can also be the drivers of Ola or Uber cars, okay, or any other thing. So they have this option, they have this flexibility that they can be associated with multiple company at the same time. So basically they are working as a service providers. It can be some people who are simply working. It can be some people who are simply working in a manual job in certain areas. Like suppose that some of them can be working in a textile shop also. They can be working in some restaurants, but they do not have any full-time contractual employment. They are simply working there for some time. They can work in other place also. So they do not have the formal relationship of employer and employee. They are contract type workers. They are part-time workers who are working there. Some of them are highly privileged also. Some of them are highly privileged, highly paid workers also. Like those people who are working in software industries, those people who are working in marketing industry, they are highly paid, they are getting well remunerative like jobs. But at the same time, there can be other people also, those who are not getting that much flexibility, those who are not getting that much of income. So it has both angle. Some of them can be highly paid, some of them can be very lowly paid also. So gig workers are not one thing or one type. Gig workers have huge diversity. Okay. Some of them can be highly paid, highly paid, highly paid software professionals, software professionals to like to delivery boys in like a food app or cab, etc. Okay. So they can be multiple workers. They can be those who are working getting huge remunerations. They are working in multiple companies at the same time. Those who are working as a consultant, those who are working as a consultant, they can also be counted under this gig worker. Means they do not have any such type of social security. Okay, if we talk about these people, they lack social security. They lack social security. If we talk about them, they lack financial security. They lack security of employment. They lack security of employment. Okay. So means they are lacking on all these front. Okay. What is Girmitia Mazdoor? No, that is different. That is like more of a slavery type of thing. Girmitia Mazdoor was a different things. Okay. So that was like a slavery type of thing which was existing earlier, that people have to, that was a type of forced labor. But this is not forced labor. This is not a forced labor. This is something where people are free to work or they are free to leave. Okay. But see, they lack the social security, they lack the financial security, they also lack the security of employment. Okay. Then also, wages of these people or these workers can be very low also. And some may be highly paid. Some may be highly paid. Like see, let me give an example. Like suppose anyone is hiring a lawyer from any firm, or any lawyer is giving the services to any such area, any such company or anything. So they may be working as a gig workers. They may be charging huge amount of money. But on the other hand, there can be some of the employees who are just coming there as the requirement is there. They work for some time, then they have no such employment sense or employment security. So they will also be part of gig workers. So they are getting all these challenges. Now the challenge is not for them who are highly paid or those who have got the well established network. The challenge is for those who are working in small industries, those who are working or those who are getting meager income. Those who are getting meager income, for them the challenge is there. And that's why the government is working. In 2020, they have got this social security code. And there the government has said that we will bring some benefits for them. We will bring the benefit of pension for them. We will bring the benefit of insurance for them. So that is one thing why this topic is there in the news from time to time. Okay. According to the report, what we see that the number was around 7.7 million. The number was 7.7 million in 2020. And it is expected to reach 23.5 million by 2030. Okay. Disguised unemployment. Disguised means like you see in agriculture. Like people are working in the same field. Like there is work of only 4 people, but 6 people are working there. So that will be what called as disguised unemployment. That is mainly working in traditional industries or agriculture. That there is need of only 2 or 3 people, but all the family members are engaged in the same agriculture. So that is what we call as disguised employment. Okay. Professionals can also be gig workers. The professionals who are there, like software professionals, marketing professionals, those who are working in AI training and all, they can also be considered as part of gig workers. That's why I told you, gig worker is a very broad spectrum. It is a very broad spectrum. They have those people who are having like very rich and luxurious life. Some of them are having very rich and luxurious life, and some of them may be at the some of them can also be deprived as well. So that is what is the challenge with gig. It is not one part. It is having a broad spectrum. So that's why the government is still working on social security. Okay. Social security. Okay. And what is the expectation? What are the expectations? One thing is pension. Another thing is insurance. Okay. One of the major thing is pension. There is second thing which is needed, insurance. And in insurance, you can go for multiple things like life insurance, and health insurance. Health insurance. Okay. But at the same time, there is another expectation. And that is like fairness. Fairness, and also what you can say that they must be empowered enough to deal with the contractual or sorry, if they're working at some place, they must be empowered enough to put their point over there. It's not that it should be one sided, that only the employer is getting all the benefit or the employee is getting all the benefit. There must be a creation of level playing field. And also there must be some institutions for protecting the right of the workers. Okay. So there is one thing, protecting the rights of the workers. Then also creating a level playing field. Mean, suppose that if there are some persons who are working in Swiggy and Zomato. Of course, they are saying that they are working as a gig worker, but do they have really the control over the companies like Swiggy and Zomato? Are they really empowered that if they are having some issue, they can discuss with them or they can get the solution from there? So, if companies are too big, the gig workers are not getting the benefit, or they are not on the level playing field. They are not on the equal level. So if the gig worker is, or the gig economy is prevailing, there must be some safeguard. There must be a level playing field for the workers as well as the employer. So that is what is being expected, that government might do something regarding this. Now, government has not yet come with any such policy. Government has said that we are framing it. So it was announced in 2020. It's 24, which is ending now. We can expect any time that government comes with this social security measure for gig workers. It is high time we need one. Okay. So that is one part about gig workers. Doctor and advocate, yeah, freelance workers can come part of it. The freelance doctors or freelance workers, they can become part of it. See, don't count the self-employed people as part of it. Self-employed people, they will not be considered as part of it. Gig workers are those who are working for someone else. They are not working for themselves. They are working for someone else. They will be called as gig workers, not the self-employed people. Those who are working in shops, their own shops, they will be not called as a gig worker, because you cannot fire yourself. Like suppose one person has started their own practice of doctor, so they will not be firing themselves. And okay, now from today onwards, you are not the doctor here, okay, or you are not the advocate over here. So it is like you are working for someone else, then you can be counted as a gig worker. I hope that is clear, Ritesh. This is what we call as gig worker. Okay. So see, let the government decide something about them, and then we will again discuss what are the social provisions with respect to them. Okay. Now, coming to the next topic, and that is appointment of this, like the CGI, Justice Chandrachud, he has recommended that Justice Sanjeev Khanna can be the successor. There is a need of employer for the gig worker. Okay. So Justice Chandrachud, the Chief Justice of India, he has recommended Justice Sanjeev Khanna as the successor. Okay. So what we have to understand, that how this process of appointment of Supreme Court judges goes on. Okay. So can you tell me one thing? If I have a question, who appoints judges of Supreme Court? Who appoints judges of Supreme Court? Can you give me the answer? Who appoints the judges of Supreme Court? Question is very much simple. Who appoints the judges of Supreme Court of India? Is it president or is it collegium? Option A, president. Option B, collegium. Who appoints them? President or collegium? Okay. Yes. Option B or A? Chief Justice of India. Okay, I will give you C option also, Chief Justice of India. See, do remember this part. The President of India appoints the judges of Supreme Court or even the High Court. The appointment is done by the President of India. It is very much clear. No change in this. The President appoints the judges of Supreme Court. The President appoints the Chief Justice of India. Of course, there is involvement of collegium system. But there should be no doubt in this that the judges of Supreme Court will be appointed only and only by the President. No one else. Only and only by the President. It is constitutionally mandated. It is the mandate of Constitution. Yeah. Now, do understand one thing. How this process goes on. Okay. So there is one thing called as law ministry. So this law ministry which is there of India, not NJSC. NJSC is gone. The National Judicial Appointment Commission, that has gone. It is not there. Okay. So suppose that if we are having in our country, where is you have this law ministry, so it consults the Supreme Court. Or you can simply say the CJI, the Chief Justice of India. Okay. Seeks the recommendation. Okay. It seeks the name from the Chief Justice of India. Okay. It is not fair. So first discuss this and then we will talk about fairness. So we have got this law ministry. Law ministry is seeking the recommendation from Supreme Court of India and basically the Chief Justice of India. So when we say Supreme Court, it means Chief Justice of India. Now, Chief Justice of India talks with the collegium. They consult with the collegium. Okay. So what is this? 5 most senior judges. And definitely what we will see that this 5 most senior judges will automatically consist of the CJI. So including the CJI. So now what will happen, that this collegium will recommend the name to the law ministry. It will recommend the name to the law ministry. Okay. It will recommend the name to the law ministry. Now this law ministry will conduct inquiry. Okay. Suppose that some name has been given to the law ministry. So what they will do, law ministry will conduct inquiry over there. Law ministry will be conducting the inquiry over there, that whether those persons who have been recommended by CJI, are they, should they be appointed as judges or Chief Justice of India or not. Okay. So there are two options. There are two options from here: accept or send back to collegium. Okay. So if they are accepting, they will forward it. If they are accepting it, so what they will do then, they will be forwarding it to the president, and president will be appointing. Okay. Appointment. Okay. If it is sent back to collegium, now if the collegium sends it back, okay, if the collegium sends it back, suppose that CGI must be there. CGI will be there as part of this collegium. So CGI plus 4 most senior judges. CGI plus 4 most senior judges. CGI have to be there. CGI will be part of this. So CGI will be consulting the 4 most senior judges of the Supreme Court or High Court for that matter. Okay. So here what we will see, that if collegium sends it back to law ministry, so now what will happen? Is it binding on them? The answer is not as such. No. Law ministry can keep that name with itself for 4, 5, 6 months, and then it will say either you change the name or we will not have the appointment. So there have been many such times when there have been deadlock between the government and the judiciary. There has been many such times. There has been many such times where there have been deadlocks. So this is not binding on them. It is not like once it has been sent by parliament back to president, then they have to just act upon it. No, it's not binding like that. But yes, of course, that like if CGI is recommending, or if the collegium is recommending again back to the government that you have to go for it, then for just maintaining that smoothness in justice, for maintaining that order, generally the government accepts it. Sometimes government may not like it, but still they accept it. Sometimes if the government is quite against it, they also show their reservation to the judiciary, and then judiciary also takes back the name, gives some other recommendation as well. So it goes on with mutual understanding. Sometimes the judiciary can stick to their point that yes, we will recommend this name only, otherwise don't appoint. Okay. So normally they resolve the deadlock by discussion, but it is not as such binding that they will only do what the judiciary is saying. So once the judiciary sends it to the law ministry, they can have some change in the name. But the thing is, the law ministry is not directly picking up the names. The law ministry is not picking up the names. The name is being picked up by the judges. The name is being picked up by the judges. It is forwarded to law ministry. Law ministry does a background check of them. And then if they accept it, they send it to president for appointment. If not, they send it back to the collegium. So this is how the appointment process of judiciary works in India. Now, there are of course contentions about it. There is saying about collegium that how we work, there is no such transparency in it. How you pick up the names, there is no such transparency. There have been multiple allegations also. That in judiciary, only some family members are represented. So of course there have been challenges with this collegium system. It has been criticized for multiple things. Okay. It has been criticized for not having that much transparency. It has been criticized that only some people are getting elevated. Okay. There is lesser representation of many of the people of our society. Okay. So that are some of the challenges with respect to it. Okay. And it has been said that judges are picking up the judges. There is this separation of power in our constitution. Like there is separation of power. So there must be a check and balance on each and organ. So it is sometimes alleged that this is violating the check and balance principle. But yes, there was one attempt that was National Judicial Appointment Commission, that has been declared null and void by the Supreme Court. Why it was declared null and void? Supreme Court said that this is violating the independence of the judiciary. It is violating the independence of judiciary, so it has been struck down. Okay. So yes, NJS is gone. Right now, even now, the collegium system continues. I hope it is clear how we are appointing the judges. हाँ संजीव करना. We are not going into that. Okay. So thank you so much. All the best, and then we will meet again at the same time to discuss other current affairs. Thank you so much. Take care and good night. Thank you. Right now, I am not in Delhi. I am in Patna, so taking classes from here. Okay. So thank you so much. Take care and good night. Thank you.